Brief mention of this earlier on the show, and people are picking up more than one. This comes to us from none other but Barbara King. Three-piece Louisiana Iris Black Gamecock live plant. Featured price of $39.98 and 3 easy payments of $13.33. This is just a luxurious, chic fashion flower, if you ask me.
Well, it's Met Monday, so.
Is it tonight?
Yes.
How did I not know that? Oh my goodness.
The first Monday in May.
You're right. You're 100% right. Oh my goodness. It's a big night tonight. All right. Well, these florals are so beautiful. They're this gorgeous, deep, velvety purple that almost looks black in some lights, in some photos. And Barbara King is here with us to tell us all about this very cool fashion flower. Hi, Barbara.
It is definitely fashion forward. This is one of those plants that when we have them here in the store in bloom, people come in and I watch them just stop in their tracks. And that's what this is going to do in your garden. It is going to be such a accent in the garden that is so elegant. The petals are actually this very dark purple, almost black, and it has this velvety look to it, and then it has a little accent of the yellow in the petal. It is an unbelievable iris that is actually native to the Louisiana bog. So what does that mean? It means if you have a wetter area in your garden that you have not been able to get other things to grow, this one is going to love getting its feet wet. But what's beautiful about this is it will also acclimate to drier soils as long as you give it some water. It's an amazing iris with a big bloom, 4 to 6 inches across, which is larger than a lot of iris that you will see in other types of iris. It is so pretty, so eye-catching. The foliage is that green strappy foliage. And if you give this a full sun to even part shade area in those wetter, moisture areas of your garden, it's going to love it. Or even in containers, just keep it well watered and you can have a very long blooming iris as well. This is going to bloom from early summer to midsummer. So it even blooms longer than a lot of other iris that you will see. And boy, oh boy, the color and the texture in there is incredible, whether you put it in your garden, in your containers, or cut a few and bring them into your home. You're going to have one of the most unusual, easy to grow iris that you ever could imagine.
Oh, they are so cool. Now, I have never thought of looking at a flower and thinking, okay, you have got to bring this home. You've got to plant it right in a beautiful planter that's very, very cool and chic, and watch these amazing deep dark purples bloom. Like, it's something that needs to be like showcased in a really gorgeous sort of way. Now, you are receiving 3 bare roots, and then it is up to you whether or not you want to put them in a container or your flower bed. So Barbara, tell us a little bit about that. How do we get these started?
Right. Well, it's going to come to you as bare root, and I can show you that right over here. Bare roots are such a joy to plant. This is how it's going to come to you. You're going to take it out of the packaging, open up those roots gently, and you're going to see right here is the top. We actually have a little bit of growth happening. You may or may not have that, and it is going to get planted 1 inch below the top right there. So very easy to plant. You're going to pick those full sun areas. It will even take part shade, but the more sun you give this, the better. It's going to love wet soil. So definitely water this in when you plant it. If you're planting it in a container, I would keep that container nice and moist. If you're planting it in the garden, it's great to have it in those areas that other things have trouble growing in, those wetter areas, maybe lower areas of the garden. This can actually be along a pond or right on the shelf of a pond too. It's going to do really well, but we have found it will acclimate to other soil conditions too. Just keep it watered and you're going to have one of the most magnificent colors that you ever saw in an iris, with that black, velvety purple petal accented with that yellow. And then below it is that green strappy foliage. It is so spectacular. And the size is nice too. The flowers are going to get 4 to 6 inches across, but it is a vigorous grower. So you're going to get a lot of flowers. The first year you may get 1 or 2, but look out, that second year, you're going to see this plant take off. The first year, foliage, maybe 1 or 2 flowers. Second year, a lot more flowers. The third year is that wow.
Yeah,
definitely. It is fashion.
It is so cool.
It looks like couture velvet. It is like the Dennis Basso of the garden.
Definitely.
Like, you know, he always says, I don't do regular, okay? I do fashion. Barbara does not do regular. She gives us fashion flowers. I'm in love with the drama.
It's so beautiful. It's so
You know who else loves it? The hummingbirds. It is a magnet, and I'm convinced it's that color that the hummingbirds are just loving. But you're going to see a lot of hummingbirds with this. You're going to see other pollinators, the butterflies. The deer tend to just leave this alone, which is incredible in my area here.
Oh, yeah. We
love when
deer
leave it alone.
There are deer aplentiful here in our neck of the woods over here in the greater Philly area.
Literally the woods.
And they come out of the woods and want to eat your gardens, but they tend to leave this alone, and it's going to grow in so many areas of the country too. Although it was found in the bogs in Louisiana, this has been hybridized to be hardier and is going to grow in so many different areas of the country now. It's zones 4 through 10. And what does that mean? 4 is the colder areas, like negative 30-degree winters. It's going to do just fine. But then it's also going to do well in zones 10, which is southern Florida. So many areas, and a plant that's going to come back year after year, that's going to have this dramatic look in your garden. It is going to offset everything else with this dramatic, elegant look of that purple, almost black, and it has a velvety look to it.
Oh, they're just so beautiful. Now, I just moved from New York City, and just thinking about like even going to like a flower shop and seeing like just a couple stems of a beautiful, unique flower could run you somewhere upwards of $40, $50, which is unreal. But the fact that you're getting 3 of these bare root plants for you to plant, whether it be in a container or in your garden, and then see these abundance of florals coming in is just a real kind of special moment. $39.98 and 3 easy payments of $13.33. People are picking up more than 1 right now, which is very smart. Plant 6 and create that beautiful moment, walkway, garden, you name it. You're gonna just have all the eyes looking at these flowers. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
I just love bringing you something really special.
Yeah,
Thank you.
This one is definitely that. This is item M89121, those beautiful 3-piece Louisiana